Hey, it's Onesto, and today I'm showing my top 4 plugins from 2022. Let's start off with my favorite guitar VST from this year, Electric Mint from Native Instruments. Electric Mint is a 60s Fender Stratocaster. The tone is so versatile, so I find myself reaching for it all the time because it just works. There's 2 ways to play Electric Mint, pattern mode and melody mode. In pattern mode, you'll play from a set of chord progressions, arps, and melodies. You can hold out as little as a single key to play. Or what I like to do is hold out chords to make some amazing chord progressions. One cool thing is if you find a pattern that you really like, you can click and drag the MIDI right out of Electric Mint, and then melody mode is like a freestyle, play however you want mode. All the articulation in here sounds so good too. And of course, there's tons of great effects and effect chain presets to browse. I have a video that talks a lot more about Electric Mint, so check out that link. And to help support the channel, you better believe that there are affiliate links for all the plugins down in the description. Okay, you might be surprised with my favorite synth plugin from 2022. It's Sublab XL from Future Audio Workshop. I never would have thought that a bass synth would make it to the top, but Sublab XL is so fun to use. There's 3 sound engines that you can design with. The Synth engine lets you choose between 5 sound waves. The Sample engine lets you select or drop in your own sub or kick sample. And there's X-Sub, which really brings in those sub frequencies. There's also 5 onboard effects that pair perfectly with bass. The distortion and tape are some of my favorites to mess with. And there's all the tools you need to design any sub or synth bass, like the tone shaper, filter, LFOs, and glide controls. Or you can just use one of the many presets in here. If you're interested, I have a walkthrough video that you can check out down below. Let's shift gears from instruments and show you my favorite mixing tool from 2022, Neutron 4 from iZotope. In full transparency, mixing is not a strength of mine, so I need all the help I can get, and this plugin is always coming through. Neutron 4 is a plugin suite of specialized tools for mixing. There's unique tools in here like the Unmask module, Sculptor module, and Tone Match. But there's also tools you've seen a million times before like EQ and compressors, but Neutron will add a little feature here or there to make it easier to mix. And the biggest reason why you'll want to pick up Neutron 4 is for the AI mixing assistant. Here's a loop that I have going on. And what I need help cleaning up is the electric guitar right here. So what I'll do is insert Neutron 4 on the electric guitar and click the assistant button. It'll analyze the audio and give us a really solid starting point. From here, I'll make some tweaks to help it fit what I'm looking for. If I want to go even deeper in Neutron, I can click this detail view button here to really dial in each module. Let's hear before and an after. Nice. Now you can use Neutron 4 on individual instruments like I just did here, or place it on groups, which is something I do all the time. The last thing I'll show you is Visual Mixer, a separate plugin that comes with Neutron 4. This is a really big lifesaver. Remember that demo I showed you? Well, the levels are so imbalanced that I probably offended some of you, so let's fix that. I have Neutron 4 on each instrument layer, and I place Visual Mixer on the master bus. And what's listed here on the right are all my layers. Now I'll click Mix Assistant, tell which instrument to focus on, play my track. Visual Mixer will listen to the track and give us a good starting point for the levels. Yep, much better. Here's a before and an after. And if you want to learn more, I have a walkthrough video linked below. This next plugin is in my top 3 plugins of all time. It's Shaperbox 3 from Cable Guys. Shaperbox 3 is one of those sandbox plugins that lets you do whatever your mind can imagine. It has 9 multi-band effects called shapers. The shapers effects is then controlled by one of the most flexible LFOs that I've ever used. The LFO can be synced to your project's BPM, or triggered with MIDI, audio transients, or use envelope followers that follows the dynamics of your sound. I love Shaperbox so much because it's made me a better producer, and I think you'll see that too. What started as me replicating a few tricks I saw online, like getting a really clean sidechain, or adding color and texture to a sound, It's now taking me to more complex sound design principles that I can apply outside of Shaperbox 3. The point I'm trying to get across is that I'm always learning something from this plugin. I actually grow as a producer because of it. And if you want a free demo, then click the link below. So those are my favorite plugins from 2022. If you want to take a deeper look at some of these plugins, then click the playlist here. Thanks for watching. Later.